Good morning, Twitch. Good morning, Twitch. Am I turning up the right thing? Good morning, Twitch. Good morning, Twitch. And it is a good morning on this Friday, 06.30.2023. Last day of the month. Last Friday of the month. And we're just crapping out a little bit here. As far as that color thing on OBS I'm looking at right now, it just perked up a little bit. But we're still KBS is like 6,000. Current time is 05:39 a.m. here in upstate New York, the southern tier of upstate New York, where I live and reside. And I am Rich Roberts, Fireman Rich here on Twitch, at Fireman Rich over there on Twitter. Give me a follow or just check out Fireman Rich to see what I'm doing over there on my Twitter feed. Good morning, Mr. Twix Jeeves coming in from Vancouver, and Tony D, salute to you, sir. Hashtag positive start to the day. Hashtag PSTTD. Mrs. isn't up yet, but I will express that to her once she does get up. Tony D coming in from Warner Robins, Georgia, and we're getting our day started. I do have the morning coffee. And it is tasting mighty fine. I think we're on the last of the Death Wish. It's a Death Wish cup. This is my Valhalla Java cup. So we're still drinking the Death Wish coffee. But we are getting our day started here. Hopefully, it's still cloudy, but we'll get to that. Tim Fan, yo, coming in from Michigan. Glad to have you here, sir. Good to have you joining us. And here, there in the chat, and those that are watching this on the replay over there on Rumble and YouTube, thank you for your view right out of the gate. Usually I wait till the end, but I need to say that right off the bat here as far as that goes. We did tweet this out over there on my Twitter feed, at Fireman Rich, where I tote myself as a social media observer, social media enthusiast, and where is that? I want to set that up as far as did have that yesterday. Yeah, okay, that's it. Okay, but currently here in the southern tier of upstate New York. Hey, Ted Hicks, the real Ted Hicks is in the house. He's in the chat. Good morning, Ted, for coming in. Yes, we are live from the southern tier of upstate New York. That knucklehead broadcaster on his soapbox this morning, Rich Roberts, coming to you here on Twitch. Glad to have you here, Ted. Good morning. And but we're getting our day started here, where the current temperature is 54 degrees Fahrenheit, which is 12 degrees Celsius. Start just like it was yesterday, and we're going to probably have some same issues because it looks like we still have an air quality alert. We are getting smoke here in the southern tier of upstate New York. And this is an updated alert from 3:35 this morning. We'll go over that here, but first the temperatures and the weather around the world here as far as that goes. What am I doing here? Yeah, the missus isn't up yet, Ted. She'll be getting up. I'll express your good mornings here when she does. But currently, like I said, 54 degrees Fahrenheit, 12 degrees Celsius. We're going to have cloudy skies again early. They're cloudy already out there, and that's not fog out there on the horizon. We'll get a bit of those Canadian wildland fire smoke coming down, drifting down in our way. And let's see, followed with partial clearing. A stray shower of thunderstorms is possible, which would be good because it'd clear all that crap out a little bit. High of 86 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds out of the south by 5 to 10 miles per hour. Sun rose this morning just rose at 5:34. 5:34. So it's about 9 minutes ago. The sun rose. It's 5:34 a.m. and sun will be setting at 8:46 p.m. and we're going into red again. How's the broadcast there, guys? We're at 0.4%, and Oh, you know what? I got to change. Maybe I got to change that encoder back. It looks like we're doing good, but that color thing is going again on my OBS. It's distracting me. It's distracting me. Uh, so our world times and temperatures in Honolulu, Hawaii at 11:43 p.m. yesterday, in their late evening. Raining in Honolulu, 75 degrees Fahrenheit. Phoenix, Arizona, clear skies at 2:44 a.m., 79 degrees Fahrenheit. And Albuquerque, New Mexico at 3:44 a.m., partly cloudy, partly clear, 61 degrees Fahrenheit as far as that goes. Chicago, Illinois, moving across the country. We 4:44 a.m., 72 degrees, partly cloudy, partly clear. In New York City, the jungle, where Mr. Ted Hicks is heading on the train this morning. Or are you working at home there, Ted? Today's Friday. I think maybe you might be working from home today or something like that. I think you said last Friday you did. But anyway, he goes into the city, and if he is, he's at 5:45 a.m. currently here, also down in New York City. It's 70 degrees, partly cloudy, partly sunny skies as far as that goes. And we don't have nothing from Warner Robins. I guess Tony must be busy, so that's okay. No problem there. Across the pond in the Atlantic Ocean over in Cork, Ireland. Oh, working from home on Fridays. Okay, I remember you saying that last week as far as that goes. 5:45 a.m. We have 10:45. Let me get straight here. 10:45 a.m. in Cork, Ireland. It's cloudy skies, 63 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay, that's what I was looking for. I'm distracted. I'm waiting for Tony because I know Tony does give the back in Warner Robins, Georgia. It's 70 where Tony D is at, 72 degrees Fahrenheit. High of 96. Ooh, that's going to be warm, toasty. 71 for the low. Clear skies down there. Let's see, Milan, Italy. It's raining in Milan at 11:46 a.m. This morning. Well, they're getting to their lunchtime there. It's 72 degrees Fahrenheit. And in New Delhi, India, at 3:16 p.m. in the afternoon, cloudy skies, 90 degrees Fahrenheit. It's raining in Mumbai at 3:16 p.m., 81 degrees Fahrenheit. Kuala Lumpur, it's sunny. We love it when it's sunny in Kuala Lumpur. 5:46 p.m. is it's 84 degrees Fahrenheit. Tokyo, Japan at 6:46 p.m. Cloudy skies in Tokyo at 79 degrees Fahrenheit. Down in Australia, Melbourne, Australia, 52 degrees Fahrenheit at 7:46 p.m. in their evening. Cloudy skies, and it's clear skies over in Sydney though. Them being on the coast at 7:46 p.m. 54 degrees Fahrenheit, and those are our world times and temperatures as we speak. And as I said, we do have an air quality alert. It did get updated at 3:35 this morning. Air quality, the New York State Department of Environmental Conservation at Albany has issued an air quality health alert for fine particles until midnight tonight. Air quality levels in outdoor air are predicted to be greater than air quality index of 100, so it's bigger than 100. Backing up to Vancouver, Canada, G says it's 16 degrees Celsius, which for us non-metric folks, 60 degrees Fahrenheit there in Vancouver. Thank you, G's. So the air quality index is showing that what the outside air is was created, or the air quality index, the AQI as they call it, was created as an easy way to correlate levels of different pollutants to one scale. The higher the AQI value, the greater the health concerns, and it is higher, folks. Yesterday, I posted on my Twitter after my the Fireman Rich audio podcast. We had an air quality index that was in the unhealthy zone, pegging out to 190 yesterday. This morning, just before coming on this morning at 5 a.m. here in the southern tier of upstate New York. The unhealthy quality index is 165. It came down, but it's still in the red. I'm going to post something in the chat, and let me see. What is this? I want to post something in the chat because it might interest you, and you might not be aware of this. The AQI can be found at. Let me plug it in here. It's it's created and maintained by the EPA and partners and stuff like that. I find it pretty interesting. Usually the air quality is under 100 and stuff like that. I'm just glad I got my lawns mowed yesterday because you could smell the stuff. It wasn't a yellow day, but you could see off in the distance, even close up, that it looks like a little bit of fog, but it isn't. It's haze throughout the day. Everybody says good morning. Morning, everybody. There she is. The missus is up. Let's see. You can find this and check for yourself what your AQI is. What is it? Let's see. airnow.com, and then you got to plug in your. It's GOV. It's a government site. GOV. Or else just plug in Google air quality and it'll show up. But let's see. I think there's the. That's what I'm looking at right now for my area in southern tier of New York, and it gives you a map also of the Northeast, and a good portion of New York State is in the red zone. More than half of New York State is in the red zone. It's unhealthy. So it's not good to be outside per se, especially if you have health issues, asthma, heart condition. I'm pretty healthy, but I'm a firefighter. I used to be a firefighter. You go into a burning building, you have an air pack. You don't want to breathe that shit. Oh, Chris, good morning. Good morning, Chris Tech. You're here. Glad to see that you made it. So check out that. It gives you the current air quality. Like I said, the air quality index is a little bit lower than yesterday, but just by, let's see, it's 165 right now, and yesterday it was at 190, so it's only 25 points down. It's still in the red. The yellow day, that index gauge was pegged out in the, what zone is that? You got 3 zones. The hazardous zone, 301 plus. It was almost pegged off on that yellow day and stuff. So we're not sure what we're going to do today. We may be going to maybe a museum up in Binghamton this morning. Let's see how the morning goes. We did not take our morning walk. I'm not sure if we're going to go we may go for a morning walk this morning. It's still a little hazardous. It defeats the purpose as far as breathing that shit. So, but then again, it's at altitude. I'm seeing cloudy skies this morning, and it's hazy on the horizon. So it's low. It's sort of like a white. It's almost like a foggish light look. The last a few weeks ago here. It was bad. It was bad. Oh, happy birthday to Chris. He had his birthday dinner last night, and we'll get to that during the dinner report. And I'm following this because you got the tools. You have the tools. You use the available tools as far as that goes, and it keeps you healthy, as far as that goes, and. So we'll keep on. I'll keep tabs on that. I'm not going to post it up again, but yesterday it did peg up into the because the day before when I mowed the lawn, it was still sitting at in the moderate zone. So it does fluctuate as far as that goes, especially with the wildland fires. And again, wildland fires are going to happen. The wildland fires that happen currently, the numbers are actually lower than they have been in years past. just stating the facts as a firefighter and stuff. It just look out. Oh well, it's bad. We should, it's don't associate this with climate change or anything like that because it's just my opinion, especially as it's just bunk. But if you look at the data, the wildland fires are down. You don't hear about any wildland fires out in California. There are fires going on though. There are hot spots, but they're not as big as what they have been. And as far as that goes, good morning, Erica, Lady Cat, 31, coming in from Washington State, and as far as that goes, and Chris Tech coming in from Deming, New Mexico, as far as that goes. And let's see, so I want to talk about that because we didn't do anything yesterday. We stayed in the house, as far as, well, the missus did go shopping. She did go grocery shopping, as far as that goes, and such. So it will, it's good to stay healthy though. If you don't need to breathe that shit, it's good morning, Jack. Yeah, Jack is up here. He's up and down over here this morning. Okay, let's see. We do have a thought for the day. Our thought for the day that I posted up over there on Twitter this morning is from Theodore Roosevelt. Theodore Roosevelt, a former president of these United States, and he was a big outdoorsman. Teddy Roosevelt. He was also a New York State governor. He was a governor here of New York State, so he is a New Yorker. His quote and our thought for today: do what you can with what you have where you are. I like it because I'm living it. I just look at the equipment I have. I have better equipment now than I did have, but I look at the computers. I utilize what I had, and I did what I could, and where I'm at, I have no choice as far as the service. I'm just grateful, thankful, I should say. The service is, internet service is good. It'll fluctuate like it did at the beginning of the broadcast. Nothing it can do, just push on forward, move forward. You didn't blow it up, Chris. It's just, I get those all the time. That's nothing new. You just hear it. I just don't have the volume down. You'd be surprised how many tweets I get during the course of a day. Okay? You didn't blow it up. Well, you could say you blew it because you heard the noise. That's a noise you don't normally hear on the broadcast and stuff. But because I had the volume up on my the iPad Mini because I used it yesterday, stuff like that. It's rural internet. What you're gonna? Well, it's internet in general. There's some places. Sometimes you can't just say you live in a metropolitan area and you have the best internet. Yeah, you have the best internet and stuff, but sometimes you got power outages as much as in a city area than you do in a rural. Especially now during the. I can remember as a kid and going down to Brooklyn, staying with my grandparents over the summer, and they would have brownouts. This is back in the '60s, folks. This is before air conditioning. I remember having the big old fans there in the kitchen and then in the side living room and stuff like that. That's what kept you cool, unless you were sitting out in front on the steps there with lucky to have an RC cola or something like that to keep you. That was the soda back then. It's not about the speeds. Well, it's about for the most part, I have to give my service, even though I've been critical of Spectrum in years past. But a lot of the problems was my fault with hardware and software. But I got more knowledgeable, so. But the service, I think, is good. They're trying to do it, and I think they have to because there's another service that came in that I was thinking about switching. But if it works, I don't want to mess with it and stuff. This thing was like I said, when I came on to the broadcast here, the little colored indicator that's down below in between the CPU rate at frames per second and the KBS, there's a little green square. That was fluctuating going into the red, but I'm looking at the KBS. KBS is at 57 to 6,000. I readjusted. I think that's what it is. Maybe my internet can't take my computer, and we don't have that many out. We had some outages when the storms came through the other night, and that's a normal thing. Power went out a couple times, so it's not. But I'm well prepared. Internet-wise, maybe with my phone, if the towers stay up, which they normally do. But I have a generator and a backup deep cell battery for lights and stuff like that. So it's all good. You know, I don't have to be. I'm not one of those ones that I have to be connected 24/7. You may be, Chris, because you just turned 28. You're still part of that generation. You got to have that phone in your hand. Got to have the latest and greatest. That's just the normal culture of today. I'm not that type of person and stuff like that. It's just like I'll look, it's like, okay, and I'll move on doing something else. But that something else might have to do with another piece of hardware as far as that goes. But anyway, so do what you can with what you have, where you are, and be thankful that you have it, because we've talked it many a time, and this past, I'm not sure when Ted Hicks wasn't on last night for late night parenting because he had an earlier show. He had some things he had to take care of and stuff. But we talked about this on Ted Hicks's. You know, look at how far we've come just in the broadcasting. We all. It's a good reminder. There's Ted Hicks there. Ted Hicks, late night parenting. He has it posted up on his Twitter page. Those people watching this on Rumble and Twitter, go check out Ted Hicks. He has it in he has it in. You just check the live page on his YouTube page. Check his Twitter for the link that will take you to his YouTube page, which will show you the audio, or else you go to that live section on his YouTube and you'll see Snuckleheads with Ted on his broadcast this past was it the other day? I think it was Monday night. I think we did it, and yeah, you're on your phone 24/7. Yeah, and that's the norm. I don't call it. That's what everybody's doing now and stuff like that. You know, you go grocery shopping or something like that. You see the ladies on the phone. They're just jab, or else everybody's on a phone. As far as that goes, so it's one of those things that's what it is for this, what we're living in, and as far as people need to be connected, as far as that goes. I don't say zombie. Yeah, it's like that, but I don't know. Oh, that squashed a little bit there, Tony. What'd you do? My little owl there. You squashed the little owl. So you make do with what you can, and but again, on Ted's show, we said that before. You look at where we've come as broadcast. We have Twitch. We have all these other platforms. Looking forward to see what Elon does with Twitter Live, if he brings that back as Periscope as an improvement, and we'll see what happens. And but we're moving forward as a human race on this big blue marble, as far as that goes. And let's see. And what is today? Today is Friday. Today is Friday, June 30th, 2023. The current time, it's the current date. We are the 181st day of the year. It is the 26th week of the year. We're 50% today, 50% through the year. Okay, 50% as far as that goes. And we have a couple of, let's see, we have International Cream Tea Day. Nah, not into cream tea. I do drink tea. And yeah, we're halfway. I just said that, Chris. Open your ears. National not sure what that is. International Day of Parliamentarism. That's something with the British. I have no idea what that. Today is Social Media Day. That's one. But I like this one because you have National Meteor Watch Day. and right after that is International Asteroid Day. And I'm going to go with International Asteroid Day because a lot of people I don't think realize what took place this past Wednesday, 2 days ago. Okay, and you know what? I am going to go ahead and tweet this out because I can. Let's see. Where's my tweet? Oh, there it is. I've been noticing when I go to my tweet page that the icon for tweeting is lower. Did they add something on the sidebar on Twitter? I don't know. It just it never used to do that before. It used to be always up on the thing. But we're gonna go with International Asteroid Day as far as that goes, and something that took place here just 2 days ago is very interesting that I'd like to go over. Once I tweet this out. Let's see. Oh, it all took. Each year on January 30th, International Asteroid Day raises public awareness about the hazard of an asteroid impact. And as far as that goes, it's also a day to inform public about crisis communication action necessary in the event of a critical near-Earth object event, which we had one Wednesday, folks. Let me tweet that out, and I'll get to that. We did have one Wednesday. Asteroid. We had a 900-foot wide asteroid, which is 100. Was it? Let me get to the article here. This happened Wednesday, folks. This is an asteroid. Asteroid 213 WV41 is bigger than 10 buses, and it's headed our way. Well, it headed our way. It's past. This article was came out the Tuesday, the 27th. An asteroid larger than 10 buses aligned end to end is currently on an interstellar journey with the Earth, which already took place, being its next point of interest. The gigantic space rock known as 2013 WV44 is set to have a close encounter with our planet, according to information provided by NASA. You know, we listen to NASA with those rocket launches and stuff, but how many of you listen to NASA about the asteroids? I saw something in the news last week, but nobody was talking about it. And it came pretty close. The asteroid estimated to boast a colossal diameter of up to 520 feet. That's 660 meters. This surpasses the height of the iconic structure such as the London Eye, which stands 394 feet, and Big Ben at 310. The enormous rock is expected to grace our skies in close astronomical terms on Wednesday. That was just this past Wednesday, at approximately 9 a.m. British Standard Time. According to the experts, 2013 WV44 is speeding along at a impressive 11.8 kilometers per second. That's over 26,000 miles per hour, a staggering 37 times the sound of speed. So when if this thing was to hit us, it's all over. Nothing you can do about it. How close did it come? The object comes within 1.3 astronomical units AUs, which is 120.8 million miles. You say, oh, it's 128 million. No, that's in space terms, that is very freaking close as far as that goes. Thus, within 0.3 AUs of the Earth's objects. It came close. Given its projected distance of 21 million miles from Earth, the asteroid comfortably fits into the category of a near miss. That came in between us and the moon, folks. That's how close it was. It was, by reports, you could have probably seen this. If you were aware of it and you looked at the particular, I didn't. I knew it was coming, but They said it was 20, so it's like, oh, it's a near miss. One of these times, one of these suckers is going to hit us smack on. It's happened before. Thank God we have the moon. Thank God we have Jupiter that acts like a vacuum cleaner to a lot of these objects. So thus today I'm making you all aware of the asteroid day 2023. Back in 2016, the United Nations designated June 30th of every year as asteroid day to raise public awareness. It's probably one of the good things I could say about the United Nations, because I'm not a fan of the United Nations. I haven't been for years. I visited the United Nations, and I liked the United Nations back when I was growing up. It was one of the field trips I took when I spent one of those summers down in Brooklyn. But we have cases where asteroids have hit, and so today is Asteroid Day 2023. And it's on the anniversary of what is known as the Tunguska explosion that happened, I believe, up in Russia. What's going on over there? What are you doing, Bug? Bug is playing over on the thing. In 1908, a man was sitting on his front porch of a traditional sitting on his porch out there in Siberia. In a few moments, he was hurled from his chair to the ground, and it was so hot that he felt his shirt was on fire. That was how an eyewitness described an event while sitting more than 60 kilometers away from the asteroid that hit there back in 1908. On June 30th of 1908, that year, a gigantic explosion in the river region area flattened an estimated 80 million trees that covered an area of more than 2,150 square miles. So, what's Bug doing? Bug, what are you doing, kitty cat? Is that? It's just bugging me, sidetracking me. So, today is International Asteroid Day. Considering they're considered minor planets. Some asteroids even have a companion moon. These massive objects orbit the sun constantly of rock, metal, and other elements. The largest asteroids are over 300 miles in diameter. Can you see if one of those, over 300 miles in diameter, one of those impacting? It's all over. That's all she wrote. I just hope it hits here first, so I'm taking out like that. If they were to collide with the Earth, the damage would be extensive, more than extensive. The world would change, folks. The blue marble would have a big dent in it from an asteroid. I don't mean to scare you, but that's the reality we live in. Back in the day, we never looked at it, but we have the technology now, and so we're keeping track. And they're working on things where if you have an asteroid coming in, you can have a little small spaceship that just taps it, bumps it, and it might head the Earth and it'll go past the Earth. Where if you don't, it's gonna boom, bomb. Something to be aware of. Some of this the other trivial stuff. This isn't trivial stuff. We had a near miss, and the gravity of something like that happening on this big blue marble could be devastating. So, what did I do? Did I lose my audience? Did everybody go away because I was talking gloom and doom? I'm only seeing one on the eye counter. Who's still here? Is anybody still here? Oh, Lord. I think everybody departed as far as that goes. Or are you just sitting idle as far as... I'm actually... Well, let's check the... Oh, Tim, you still here? I don't think this Twitch counter is really that accurate. Okay, Tim, thank you. You're here. Okay, it just went from it was up about 4 or 5, and now it's down to 1. I'm just check. I gotta just check the page here on my Surface 3 as far as that goes. And what do we have for the number? Come on, fit. That's funny how I just talk about doom and gloom and sunrise, sunset. Oh, it says we got 3 or 4. Okay, that number it's different as far as that goes. Okay, so there we go. Enough about the asteroids. Yesterday on the at Fireman Rich podcast, I talked about this lady that went into a thrift store, bought 4 plates, and she made some big time bucks for $6, and she took them to auction because they were made by Picasso, the artist. So that was an interesting article and stuff like that. These thrift stores, I don't go in. I should go in and look at all these things. You know, I have the time. Well, I think I have the time. Yeah, a woman finds 4 plates at $6, made by Picasso. She started crying in the thrift store because I think she realized, she said, I got something here, and she ended up putting them on a market. She got 5 figures. I think what's 5? I think I saw a price of 10,000 or something like that. Is she's got a couple grand, but Picasso did other than paintings, he did ceramics as far as that goes. Let's see, we have, let's see, in our, what happened on this? Well, we already talked about one thing, the big asteroid that dropped back in 1908. But let's see, what else happened? Albert Einstein published during his miracle year, that's the year where he came up with all these theories and stuff like that, the article where he introduced special relativity, which became the general accepted physical theory regarding the relationship between space and time. 1905. He was brilliant mind. Let's see, on this day in 1985, 39 American hostages were freed in Beirut from a hijacked TWA jetliner after being held for 17 days. They don't do that anymore, hijacked planes, because security's so tight now. Which is good. Let's see. And let's go to the AP. Tim's still here. Okay, now the number's back up to 3. So let's see. On this day, June 30th, 1982, the proposed Equal Rights Amendment to the U.S. Constitution expired, having failed to receive the required number of ratifications for its adoption, despite having a 7-year deadline extended by 3 years. Equal Rights Amendment. I think that's actually an amendment to the Constitution. Let's see. In 1921, President Warren G. Harding nominated former presidential William Howard Taft to be the Chief Justice of the United States, succeeding the late Edward Douglas White. So that was a president becoming a Chief Justice. Only time it's happened. On this day in 1958, the U.S. Senate passed the Alaskan statehood bill by vote of 60 to 20. So Alaska became the state. Who are those 20 senators? Alaska, great state. And actually today, I think, no, that was yesterday, was Alaska Day. We threw it in the bin with all the Alaska. We had the hijacking. Oh, I don't know if you remember. Remember Tanya Harding, the skater? On this day back in 1995, the U.S. Figure Skating Association stripped Tanya Harding of the national championship and banned her for life for her role of attack on rival Nancy Kerrigan. Oh my God, was that big time drama back then? Tanya said, "I didn't do it. I did it." She was the badass of skating, the badass girl. I remember that. That's back when I still liked skating. I think after that I said, screw it. I don't need to watch that stuff anymore. I used to watch that skating a lot. The missus loves it. Um, let's see, what else do we have? On this day back in 2017, President Donald Trump and South Korea new leader Moon Jae-in concluded 2 days of talks at the White House, showing joint resolve on North Korea, despite the difference of philosophies for addressing the nuclear threat that North Korea may have. But during his presidency, he visited the DMZ, probably the hottest contested spot in the frickin' world. I was in Korea for a year, and I never made it to. You could visit the DMZ. You could go and visit it, but I never went up there. But you could. There were some incidents that happened at the DMZ that just very very touchy area. President Trump stepped across that line. Kim Yoo-jong or whatever, the North Korean president, he stepped back in North or South Korea. That was historic. It's on, for me, it's on the level of the Berlin Wall coming down, but we've since gone back to this bit as far as that goes. I don't know why we don't foster that. Just like the Vietnam War, and I've said this before. You go back on history. What's his name there? The Vietnam leader, Ho Chi Minh. If we would have recognized him and just didn't look him as a little squirt, and this is the powerful, this is the worst part of America. We're bigger than our britches in a manner of speaking. If we would have fostered Ho Chi Minh and the Vietnam people way before Vietnam, we would have never had the Vietnam War. Those are those missed opportunities. Then when we try going into Afghanistan, the people don't want us there. Just go in, we take care of who did the bad stuff to us. We leave. Leave the country to them. If the bad people rise up again, we go back in. But it seems like we should be fostering this, and we don't. And now we're not doing anything. Supposedly we're supporting Ukraine on the war, but let's face it, they're not the. They're suppressing the vote. I guess President Lewinsky just recently, he says there won't be any elections because we're at war. I'm thinking, we were at war in World War II and we still had elections. That's democracy. Are you becoming just like the guy that you're fighting against? There should be some peace there. The world should be gravitating together and stuff. We miss opportunities. But one of those opportunities that I think was one of the highlights of President Trump's administration, his 4 years in office, was visiting the DMZ and crossing that line. That's also on the it's on the level, and you can't argue against this. It's on the level, except that you hate Donald Trump. Okay, but put that aside. He is the president, and he stepped across the DMZ. That is on the same level of President Kennedy saying, stop the Berlin airlift. It's the same thing as Ronald Reagan saying, Mr. Gorbachev, bring down this wall. Because you have people coming together talking and stuff like that. Not this other gobbledygook that people say, I'm for the Russians and stuff. They're the better people. The Ukrainians, they're the enemy. No. The Russians are the enemy because they're bombing and killing women and children. I don't hear the Ukrainians bombing. Now, don't get me wrong. The Ukrainians, they should be suing for peace right now. But they're trying to get the upper hand to just go at peace. It's better across the board. But right now, you don't hear much about it because this is my opinion now. Full disclosure. Ukrainians, there's a lot of money being made in war. Vietnam was like that. I think the Afghanistan war was like that. They're making money, so those people that are making money, they're not going to stop it, because then that dries up that revenue avenue. And there's indications that the leader of this country, the president, is he had made money from Ukraine. So the wacky world that we live in, folks. Let's see. Continuing on. Do we have anything else? No, that's it. I thought that was pretty tremendous to see a sitting president walk across the DMZ line. There's people that died there, they're guarding this stretch of land dividing the North and South Korea. He stepped across it, and then they had the North Korean guy. That's just mind-boggling to me. But then again, I guess I grew up in a different era. I don't know. It's just mind-boggling. But for those that don't like former President Trump, I can understand that. He is a blowhard and stuff, but look at, just strip that aside. Just like Richard Nixon, he was a big bonehead because of Watergate. But he's looked at history now because he opened up negotiations and he opened the doorways to China and also to Russia, which cooled things down. But then things flared up, and then that's when President Reagan said, "Mr. Gorbachev, bring down this wall." It's like, so we have these, it's like a bell. It swings back and forth. It's up and down, as far as that goes. Let's see. In baseball, the Yankees won last night. I did watch the game yesterday. The Yankees won after the day after they had a no-hitter. And they won the series against the Oakland A's, and which hasn't happened in a number of years, I guess, from what they were talking on the. But the Mets, they lost. They lost to the Braves, 5-2. I'm not sure what's going on there. I had your Toronto Blue Jays here. Where are they? No, the Mets lost to the Brewers. I'm sorry. The Braves played the Twins, and they won against the Twins. Red Sox lost. That's encouraging. That's good news. Didn't Toronto play? I thought I had them here. Let's see. The Yankees won 11-0. Or, wait a minute. No, that was Thursday night's game. Let me get to today. Yeah, Mets lost to the Brewers. Blue Jays won against the Giants, the San Francisco Giants. Looks like that's the only team left in San Francisco. And the Yankees, yeah, they won against the Athletics 10-4. So I think they're playing against. Oh, Jeeves, your Red Sox are playing, or the Blue Jays are playing the Red Sox. That's going to be a good series right there. Mets are playing the Giants, and the Yankees are in St. Louis to play the Cardinals. St. Louis Cardinals for baseball. Canadian football, we do have football. Going to acknowledge that there. We are still have football where we're in week 4. Week 4. We have tonight at 7:30 the Elks playing the Redbacks. Tomorrow at 7 we have the Blue Bombers playing the Aleutians, and the Lions, which is an undefeated team in their division, and the play against the Argonauts, who are second in their division, but they're up there. Yeah, the Aleutians are ahead, 2-0, but the Argonauts are right behind them at 2-0. They're tied for first, I guess. The Lions, they have a 1-game lead in their Western Division. So there's some football going on, and I think you watched that on the CBS channel, the CBS channel. It's one of the upper channels. I did see that, as far as that goes. So there we have it. And let's see. Let's do the dinner report. As far as that goes, Chris, you still there? Chris, technician, start us off with the dinner report. Or did he leave? I don't know. My numbers indicate that some people left. They were here and they left. So I said I was going to do the dinner. Chris was here, but if he's not here, he did this before. He did this. Was it on Ted Hicks's broadcast or late night parenting? As far as that goes, and you know what I'm going to do? I got a stopwatch here. We're going to give Ted. We're going to give Chris, because he might be going to the bathroom. Okay. Okay, we're going to do the dinner report even though Chris isn't here. Tony had chicken tenders and fries from a local bar. Okay. You're filling in for Chris because I don't think he's here. Let's see. Because the numbers went down. Well, let's see. These numbers are not, I only show 2 people. So I know Tim just chimed in and Tony chimed in. I think you are the only 2 guys here, guys. Who else is here? Maybe you time out. That's why the numbers go down. I don't know. It's like, we had, let's see, that's all I see 2. Yeah, you're only seeing 2, so there's only 2 of us. There's Tim Fan, Tony, and myself. You know, Ted, he has an excuse. He's working from home, so he's got a, he's working. So, but the other people, I guess he just popped in and popped out, which is fine as far as that goes. They might be going to another broadcast, and as far as that goes. So, but let's see. Last night I did have what the missus made up some fantastic cheeseburgers on the George Foreman because we didn't want to grill outside with all that extra smoke out there, and I didn't want my I guess knowing about that smoke that's going on here with the air quality index. I don't know. I'm a healthy individual for my age. I feel that we could have barbecued and stuff like that, and but we had a couple. I had a couple cheeseburgers, some potato salad, and we had a brownie for. So that was my dinner report. I don't know, Tim, if you're still there, if you're not busy on the, and that's another thing. Tim Fan is here. He's on the job site watching the guys work, or else the guys are yelling at him, "Hey, Tim, get over here. We need you to work." But he's here. Comes in every morning. We're broadcasting here as far as that goes. And Tony, you're at the job, right? Or you're getting ready to go? No, you should be at the job. You're probably getting a cup of coffee, just starting the day. You had roll call at 6 or something like that, or did you go in at 4? So we got people that work here. So where's Chris? Chris isn't here. He dropped the ball. Maybe we should cancel the dinner report. If he's going to pop in and pop out, might as well cancel it, right? Oh, I gave the let's see, not yet. Getting my youngster. Oh, ready for to go. Okay. You're okay. You're doing a late day and stuff like that. So, as far as our day, I think I'm not sure what I got to converse with the missus and stuff. We talked about going to this museum up in Binghamton, and it's where it has the Rod Sterling. I think this museum it's called the Bunn Museum or something like that, where supposedly they have a display of Rod Sterling stuff. Rod Sterling is originally he was born here in New York. Actually, I should bring that up. Rod Sterling, but he went to Binghamton High School. He is a native. He is a native New Yorker, I believe. Let's double check that. Rod Sterling. Let's see. Rod Sterling. Yeah, he was born in Syracuse, so he is a native New Yorker, and he passed away in Rochester, but he has an impact here on the Southern Tier that he went to high school in Binghamton, New York, as far as that goes. So Rod Sterling, the creator director of Twilight Zone, very great American TV show from the 60s. So we may go to a museum that has some of his things about him as far as that goes. Or else we may go to the Roberson. I haven't been to the Roberson and stuff like that. So we're gonna see if we go for a walk or something like that. We're gonna make issue with this air quality index as far as that goes, and whatnot. So let's see. 617. So we'll see what happens as far as that goes. And let's see. Can I do that? I'm not sure if I can. I think I gotta do it after the fact. Okay. So with that, I guess that's about it. We're under. Well, we got 2 minutes. We got a couple minutes. I want to make it an hour show. I always I'm here. We were pretty talkative, I guess, Monday and Wednesday, but Friday. This is thank God it's Friday. We made it to the week. The weekend is here. Of course, my regular weekday is like a big weekend. No, I did some stuff. We did some stuff. We were busy. We had some things. I'm keeping busy and stuff like that. It's more relaxed, which is always good to be as far as that goes, and as such. And let's see, new messages. What's this new message? Okay, we're back on track there. So we'll see what happens. What else am I? I'm back into mining my Satoshis. I'm doing a Satoshi. When we talk about HAPS, one of the things about HAPS, the previous broadcast platform we're all on, I love the fact that when I came on, I was looking, and Tony, you ended up making me make a look back on I have some previous broadcasts from HAPS on my YouTube channel. My YouTube channel being, let me give it a plug here. YouTube at Richard M. Roberts. And Tony D, give you credit, Tony. You made me look. That's Tony D's Twitter page. And you were on last night, I believe. I caught a little bit, but then I ended up got tied into a World War II War in the Pacific in color broadcast on Smithsonian Channel. You were on last night with Carmen and Rick. And so I had to catch the rest of that on replay. Yeah, I was with Carmen. That was fun. Yeah, it's always she that's her spot. The 9 o'clock Eastern time, that is her spot as far as that goes. And I think Helen has something too. She has a radio broadcast. I got to check her Twitter feed to see if she has information. She's supposed to be on the radio this weekend, which you can listen to. But what was my point? I lost my train of thought. Which is easy. On the HAPS there, I love being, and I when I look back at my YouTube channel, Tony, I was looking at some of my old broadcasts, skipping through them and stuff like that, and you know, it was interesting. I remember you saying you look back on our good friend Michael Bathurst is up in Toronto, some of his broadcasts from years back and stuff, and they were right. It's good. It's fun looking at those. I was watching a few yesterday, but on HAPS you had this thing where you could, if you were pretty steady, you got these coins. I never paid for coins. I always collected my coins. Actually, I didn't hand them out all that much either. Of course, when HAPS went away, I still have $92 sitting over there too. I get a kick of, I see what you're saying now about that. So I had fun watching some of those yesterday, and but I would collect coins. So my thing that I'm doing now is I'm collecting Satoshis. There's this app I use, and I was listening to my good friend Ed Waters on Dead America. It's called the Fountain app. And on that Fountain app yesterday, I had over, what did I have? I calculated, I made 648 Satoshis. One of the broadcasts was Ed Waters, but you know what? I listened to the Glick show. Glick made me close to 200 Satoshis. So that's 648 Satoshis. That's the lowest form of Bitcoin. let me see. I know I have a converter here. Hang on for a minute. I'm going to. And then there's a couple other programs I use to collect some satoshis. And then when I'm all said and done, I had something like 1,264 satoshis collected yesterday. And God, where am I going here? Let me see. Okay, there we go. Oh, that's what I want. So just from let's see, where's the converter? Oh, there it is. So just from doing the Satoshi collection on Fountain, the 600 and so you say, how much is that worth? Let's see, 640 Satoshi. I made 20 cents. So I made 10 cents listening to Ed Waters on Dead America. And you can check out Ed over there on where's Ed's? Here's Ed Waters on. He's Free Circle 3 on Twitter. He has his latest podcast out there. He does the interview bit. I earned 10 cents, and then I was listening to the Glick show. I made 10 cents listening to Glick. Of course, I just let it run, and I was doing other stuff and stuff like that. I was listening to it in the background. Glick was more or less background noise, but I earned 10 cents listening to Glick. But the total Satoshis, see, I'm into this, how can I get Satoshis here? Can I get Satoshis here? There's a couple games I'm playing that I can get Satoshis. But I earned, and the wife doesn't like me talking. The missus doesn't like me talking about Satoshis. She says I got Satoshis on the brain. But it's interesting. It got my interest. And yesterday, what did I say? 1264. Normally, I average anywhere between 500 and 600 Satoshis, it seems like, in the last 3-4 weeks. Fountain got me going into this Satoshi. So total yesterday, I made 39 cents. 39 cents. And Satoshi is it's the lowest form of Bitcoin. Bitcoin is thousands of dollars. You need like 200 Satoshis to equal a penny, I guess, or something. Well, 1,200 Satoshis is 39 cents. Since I started doing this a few months back, you know how much I have total? I have like almost $12.60 in Bitcoin. I haven't done a thing. Just little idle, 5 minutes here, do this, 5 minutes there. It adds up. I'm making more Satoshi collecting than I am here on Twitch as an affiliate. I look at these things as measuring sticks and stuff, so it's fun. It's just it's a fun thing to keep track of. So my coin collecting that I've done over there, that I did over on Haps, it was actual money I could give to other people, which I did. I should have done more because I did leave a lot there. But they had these games, so I'm using it as a game, and it's like if I have 10 minutes or something like that, I'm waiting, I'll do something. But I do like using Fountain, the app for listening to. It's Fountain, the podcaster app. Fountain. God, let's see. Let's find that on the Google Play Store. Because there was some news yesterday. I can't remember. I saw it on a Twitter feed. I used to use Stitcher. Stitcher is going to be no more. It's going out of business. So it's Stitcher. I thought was going to be around for a while, as far as it goes. So Fountain app. It's called the Fountain app. So I've listened to Ted Hicks's broadcast if I don't watch it on the replay. Fountain app. We want Fountain app. Let's see, the Fountain app. Where is it? They spelled Fountain right? Foun. Oh, let's check this real quick. Podcasting app. Let's see. Let's try that. Oh, you know what? I should just go to the frickin' Play Store. What the hell? That's what I'm trying to do. So I would recommend, and it's a great. I like the app. I like the application. I don't have any association with it, but it is a fun app to use. I listen to there's Ted's broadcast there. But I was on his broadcast, so I know what was going on. But I listened to other people as far as that goes, and it's fun utilizing that. What I got going here? Let's see. I don't want that. Let's see. We'll go back to that. So let's see. Play Store. Let's see. Search. Fountain. Fountan app. Oh, Fountain Podcasting. Fountain Podcasting. It's Fountain Podcasting from Fountain Labs Ltd. You can purchase stuff, but it is an app that you can utilize. How come that would come up on the thing? So I'm collecting Satoshis using it, and over the long haul, the last 4 months since I've used it, I've collected $12. That's more. I looked at that yesterday, and I said, how does that correlate to me being on Twitch? I'm earning more just idly it's below passive income. It's not even up to passive income. It's below that because it's only $12. So you're back. Okay, Chris, we're just getting ready to leave. You missed your dinner report. No problem. But we're going to go ahead and end the broadcast here, and as such, and get our day started because we're over an hour, and we'll go ahead and get our day started. And I want to say thank you for all that came into the broadcast here. Chris, technician, who is back, thank you for being here. Mr. Twix Jeeves from Vancouver, Connecticut, or Canada. I keep on saying Connecticut. Tony D, thank you, sir, for being here. Tony, have a good day at the day job today, sir. We'll talk to you over the weekend sometime. Mr. Twix Jeeves, thank you very much also for being here. Greatly appreciate it. And Ted Hicks,